All right. Just making sure everything is live, guys. Hopefully this gets started here to the multi-platform here in a second. All right, I believe I'm live, at least on Facebook. I'll check YouTube later. And hello, guys. My name is Luis. And basically, I wanted to share some of my journey and the real struggle of being a musician, especially a guitar player. Most of the videos that you see online are, perfect takes, rehearsed hundreds and thousands of times for the perfect solo, the perfect run, the perfect lick, the perfect outcome with the best shot. And some people use a lot of tricks to get it done. Some of the folks are incredibly talented. Either way, it's amazing. But most of the journey is actually struggling. It's actually not getting it quite right, not understanding the riff on time, not being able to land that note perfectly, that vibrato perfectly, and stuff like that. So most of the music industry, it's based off of finessing and perfecting things and showing them in a particular way, after 1,000 takes, which makes most of us feel that we'll never get there. When in reality, is that you have to practice things thousands of times, and when it's time to perform, even then, sometimes you don't get it right. And hopefully, in this live stream here, in this video, I can show you how that happens with a song that I learned somewhere around 18 years ago. Seems like a lifetime ago, that I had to learn for a class that I was taking. And shout out to my teachers and professors and instructors. And it's from Dream Theater. It's a progressive rock band, extremely famous, Grammy Award winning band. And they have a song called Erotomania. And I want to share that with you. We're going to listen through it, try to play a few parts of it. Full disclosure, again, I've learned this before, but it's been a lifetime ago since I played it last time. So I don't remember most of it. I have listened to it a few times prior to starting this live video, so I have an idea what's happening. And I also got some fancy tabs to show you here on a platform that I really like for anyone to learn guitar. If you've never learned how to read the tabs and you play a little bit, or if you're an expert, either way, I think you'll have fun listening to some of this. It's quite a struggle to get it right, especially with a band with progressive rock, which you have to do a lot of time signatures that you have to follow, and you have to understand where that number one would land, if that makes sense, when the new bar starts. But without further ado, just let me do a quick switch here and let's listen to it. Okay, I believe we're sharing that correctly there. And let's get started. So I'll hit play and you can hear some of the music here. Starts in 5/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so right there, that alone, if you can see what I mean, it's quite a struggle to get it right. So it starts with the keyboard or synthesizer with some sort of pipe organ distorted there in 5/4. So that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right before it goes to the actual main theme, it changes to 7/8, and you'll hear on the metronome clicking in a different way. All right, so if you listen to that 100 times or so, you'll get an understanding of how it goes. But the main theme, as you can see here, starts on the 6th string, and it's chromatic, 2, 3, 4, 5. What that means is you go to your 6th string here and you go, right, that's the first phrase. And these are 8th notes, and then you change to the next string, and you go like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 5, 4, 3 to 6. And there's a little silence here, as you can see. By the way, I'm just playing a Gibson SG. The song it's played with in a Music Man, I believe, guitar that John Petrucci has. Shout out to John Petrucci for this amazing song. And basically, that's just the first bar. If you can wrap your mind around that one. So it goes, right, that's the first bar there. So if we're going to do it with the intro together, and this is what I mean, landing the right moment. All right, that was just a quick take there. Again, you see the metronome changing in real time there as the bars are progressing. And then we have a couple of phrases that are similar. Let's play through those here. We'll start here. So basically, you do the exact same thing from the first main theme to the first bar of the main theme and the second bar. You just move your fingers up to the 4th, as you can see in this note here. So the first section goes. Second section here starts. Same shape. You just gotta mark that silence that's highlighted on the first bar here of the main theme. That is really what gives it the feeling, because you go. That's really what gives it the feeling. All right, so let's listen to that one more time here. That bar number 7 is the exact same as bar number 5 here. As you can observe, is the exact same thing. And here's where things get a little different, because we go from a 5/4 to a 9/8. And by the way, if you don't know what that means, it's amazing. It's how music actually understands timing. And most of the songs out there are single time signature, 4/4 or 6/8. Here in the West is the most common, but in progressive rock, these are very common as well. And again, 5/4 just means 4 beats per bar, and in this case, at a quarter note rate. And in 9/8, it is 9 beats per bar at an 1/8 note rate. And it's just how they're dividing time within a bar, a small section of a song, basically. And the timing really here changes from one section to the other, because you go from 5/4, 9/8, back to 5/4. And landing that takes a bit of repetition. But here we go. Let's do it from the first bar, from bar number 7. All right, and as you can see, it repeated the main theme twice. These 2 dots here, it means that it repeats from the previous section of the little 2 dots here. That's what it means. So let's see if I can play through that particular section here and see what it sounds like. That was decent, I would say, at best. And it goes to a very difficult part here when it goes to the bar number 9 here. That is much different here. We'll read that through together. But the main theme here, we'll play it again one more time from the 9/8 here. See if I can land it on time this time. That reminds me of when I was super young. I'm still young, by the way, but I was super young when I was trying to learn this. I remember some parts, they're coming back to me, but not all of it. As you can see, I struggle there with the timing a little bit because it's pretty hard. So what do you do? It's a good question when something is a little fast or seems like out of reach. Depending on the platform that you use to learn, the most common thing that someone would do is actually to slow things down. So right now we have a speed of 100%. We can nail this down to 75 or even 50 if you have to. But at 75, it might make a bit more sense here, especially the second part that we were playing here. It's all nice and neat when you're playing with the guitar there. So if we mute it, now we get a real perspective of how we're sounding here. So see if we can land it here. To read through that part again because I don't remember how it goes. But basically, again, I want to show the real struggle of learning one of these songs. It is not all nice and neat. It is not someone being a genius when they play music like this. It is more of the willpower, the raw willpower that you have to push through the pain of learning something this complicated, because it becomes painful at some point when you failed to land that lick or that run or that sweeping through, or that alternate picking that you have to position your hands in a particular way. It's frustrating. So getting through the frustration in those hard moments, it's really the idea here. So I'll go ahead and continue playing here. Here we go. Oh, we're 100% again. I don't know where it changes. So let's go back to 75, and let's go from here, from the second part of the theme. Let's turn on the guitar again so we can hear it through. It repeats itself, but it changes at the end, I believe. All right, that's at 75%. Just keep that in mind. We're playing progressive rock, Dream Theater, Erotomania. All right. If you just tuned in, thumbs up, give me a thumbs up if you like this song, if you ever heard it before. If not, also do that. It doesn't take much, and I really appreciate your support. But basically, we're gonna hear it from the second part of the main theme one more time at 100% speed, so we can get the real feeling of the song and try to read along. All right, and it basically repeats itself from there. Slight change there in the next section, but you go here to that's the first bar there. go to number 10 here. And we go and play. Landing that in real time is a little bit harder than it seems. Same shape like on the beginning, but in this case, on string number 5. Next section. You have to adjust your hand in a pretty dramatic way. Leave that position. Right, and it's there's a silence in routine. You have to mark this silence in a pretty dramatic way. And then we go back to 11 here, which starts just like number 9 did. Here's the change on 12. Meanwhile, we're going from 5/4 to 3/4 to 2/4. So I'll count it in real time so you can hear how that goes. And we're 100% speed. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, that throws you off a little bit. But you have to focus on playing along, the band if possible. If you just count, it might be confusing. So counting is good to know when you have to accentuate that number 1 that's coming, because that's the whole purpose of this type of music. However, keep in mind that, playing along with the band, getting the hits together, it's just as important. So here we go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, like that. Just mainly accentuating the number 1. It's what keeps you in good timing, but you have to play along with the rest of the notes. So let's see if I can get through this part again. Now playing without the guitar here. We'll go from this part here, and I'll jump on number 9. Oh, it repeats. Forgot about that. I'll jump in this section. Alright, as you can see, that was rough. That was a really rough one. Let's try to do this one more time. See if I can put in a count in here. Okay, so it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it counted all the full bar here with the counting. So we go 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so let's try to get through that and improve. This is a good example of the real struggle here. So I'll drop it down to 75 because my fingers are just not following where my brain is. I obviously understand this song, but my fingers are just not cooperating at this moment. So you slow it down once you get the idea of how this goes, or even just listening. 4, 5. All right, that's enough here. 3, 4, 5. Wow, even then was rough. Okay, let's try to practice without the music. Even slower. Struggle to go from here to this position here because you have to switch with this finger. Again, you're not using here the finger. Here, you have to switch with here. Let me know if you have a better fingering position there. That's the best one I can come up with. And you have to develop that, dexterity. And there are exercises to actually develop dexterity, but I don't want to go into that because it's a bit boring to practice those. I'd rather try to take a crack at the actual track than actually doing this. So let's keep going. So that's a triplet that's here. That I already knew it was coming. But that's the difference to close the first section of the main theme, really. That here at the end, it doesn't repeat this phrase. Let's take the counting down. All right, and what you hear there is the second lead guitar that's there. So with, and again, we're listening to a MIDI version. Shout out if you know what MIDI is. But basically, it is a synthesized way with data that's playing through the computer, trying to recreate the actual instruments. This is not the actual recording of the song, obviously. And there are charts behind this showing what each instrument is doing. So here we go with this section here. Let's see if we can play that triplet where it was going. I lost it. Here it is in bar number 20. So from here. All right. All right, let's listen with the metronome so you can hear. Again, we're at 75% speed. We'll listen from 17 here, where you see the time signature changing from 5/4 to 3/4. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, let's see if we can do a little count in and do it from there. Now notice how 21 said main theme, which is basically what's up here again, right? So let's actually bring it down even more to about 67%. Let's see if that still makes sense here to play along. And again, this is about showing not the perfect take, not the perfect technique either way. It's the struggle from where you are to where you want to be. And this is a good example of a song that will push you there. Because the majority of musicians that I know, and even all my instructors, you always aim for getting better. So what you like playing, for the most part, it's even easier. That's how you see musicians playing something that seems impossible, just very natural, as an extension of their body. And basically, they achieve that by mastering things that are even harder than when they like playing on a day-to-day basis. So even if you're not into progressive rock, for example, learning this type of music will push you to play whatever genre that you like, pop or, what do I know, rock or punk or any other type of music. It will teach you skills and dexterity. It will develop that in you so that you can apply that anywhere else, really. So the idea here is, again, 67%. We'll start the main theme here. The note a few times, and I heard it as I was playing, and I did it twice, I believe. Let's see if I can spot that. And this, I believe it. That's the note I was missing. This one I heard it a few times. It comes after the silence, which you have. Here we go, one more time. See if I can do it from here. That was the wrong note here. Let's see if I can do this. time there in a moment. But before jumping to a new section, which I have this one, half baked, you would say. Some people would say horrible, depending who you ask. But basically, that's the interpretation of what I need to do right now. From here is how do I make my fingers do what the chart is saying and playing along? Well, you have to be very intentional about each note. I would suggest that we have to slow it down even further and get our fingers and our brain in in synchronization, because right now we're out of sync. My mind is thinking one thing and my finger goes a different way. So let's reduce to 50%. And it's going to be hard to follow along at the beginning because you have to get used to the new timing. Now, just to give you a comparison here, at 100%, we're sounding like this. And at 50%, we're basically dropping down that in half, and it sounds like this. Now let's try to play along that and try to make it as clean as we can. If you're playing along with me, hey, you're a hero, man. Let's try to do it together here. 3, 4, 5. I was trying to go faster than my. Here we go again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that was somewhere there. We could slow this down a bit more. We can certainly slow this down a little bit more. And let's see if this works. All right, let's see if I can check in with the chat. So if there are any comments here. Forgot to do that last time. All right. Guys, I think I'm going to come back to the stream and check a few settings. Not sure if you can hear me. So we'll check and come back to this. Happy practice.